it isn't me again. My cup of hot piping coffee. I am petrified to record this episode. I was going to go with one topic discussed with the missus. Probably not a good idea until I run it through a therapist. So, even though it was hard to hear that I probably wouldn't be capable of remaining objective for this one topic, it hurts me old ego. It's definitely the right thing to do. So I'm going to hold off on one thing, but in thinking of that thing, it led to this thing. And this thing might even be more dangerous, really. Forgiveness. I know. It is so hard. Okay. It's not hard for me to ask for forgiveness because I'm pretty, down on myself most days. So it's easy to go, oh, yeah, no, yeah, that's probably me. Yep, that probably came from me. We can go ahead and see if we can scratch that one off the board there. So I don't think, even when I didn't even want to ask for it, really, right? But but certain things depend upon it, right? This complex wiring of a world. Forgiveness. Where do we hear forgiveness more? We hear it in, I guess, some religion, right? We hear it in 12-step programs. Where else do we see? I guess the third act of any television show or movie. Someone's asking for forgiveness. So I guess it's kind of everywhere. In my experience, it seems in my daily life, I come up against it a lot. Where are we going to start? I mean, that was the start. But what I have here, there you go, Travis. Let's just jump into the deep end there and talk about the individual who had their way with me when I was a wee lad. Can't remember exactly when. I know I've discussed this before, but we'd be talking about forgiving my abuser back then. The abuser I had then. Who, I mean, I'm still paying for that abuse. And I was in a rehabilitation center. A dual diagnostic center is what they called it. But they really didn't have the other side of the dual going hard. So it was primarily, to get sober and shit. And one of the exercises that one of the cool as fuck doctors gave me before I turned on them. Yeah. for good reason, damn it. And then we talked it out. But this one doctor wanted me to write a letter to my abuser, and holy shit, I did get through it. I remember it was a yellow spiral notebook, little notebook, right? And wouldn't it have been cool if I had? Kind of gross if I had it, actually, Travis. What are you gonna capital exploit your own fucking bullshit? Jesus Christ. I just know that I went to town and it was a very, very angry letter. Um, and it most certainly did not end with me giving them their forgiveness. Did not happen. I don't know how good it was even doing it, to be honest. Some monsters are just best left in some gated hole somewhere where nothing and nobody could ever come across its path again. So really, it was just like a cauldron of hatred that is spilled all over the pages. And that was it. It's just a bunch of fuck you for this, fuck you for that, fuck you for this, and all the ways that it's affected me, and all the ways. So there's a case where do I forgive someone who had their way with me in a with no permission, you know? I've seen people forgive murderers and such that have taken out family members of theirs and whatnot. I want to admire it. It's like a different planet. It's on a different planet. That sort of power that person has to forgive the person who took someone away from them, and in horrific ways. When I see it, I'm like, yeah, that's fucking something. That actually goes against what life usually presents, right? Which is just enough, like just enough being good people, just enough being bad people. Then you have your extremes, but that, I, and I wonder if any problems that I have today that stem from those incidences, I wonder if fucking forgiving this person would heal me. Maybe I really haven't done the work that I'm supposed to do. Or maybe whatever I've presented to doctors and therapists or whatever, I've only presented so much, but they've gotten so much out of me, and what I thought was processing through these things, but none of it has the power of forgiveness behind it to make maybe some of these things that some of these abilities or whatever that doctors have given me that weren't on the forgiveness side, that were just ways of coping, right? Damn, that's a hard one. You see why? It's not funny. There's no jokey joke. There's no the funny voices. and I'm pretty fucking nervous doing this one. Oh, thank goodness for the coffee. Oh. I think I just had a little hiccup in my recording session here. Let's hope it doesn't hiccup again. Okay. I think we needed that break, right? Ooh. Dude, what is it? 15 minutes in? Maybe? And it's like heavy, sweltering fucking shit. Yeah, it's just... Let me gather my mind again. So what does that mean? I think we can close that one up right quick. You know? Maybe I really need to find a way to forgive this person. Like, really forgive them. And not, I mean, I was crashing one night and I was looking this person's name up. I found out where they lived. I found out what they were doing and all this shit. And I'm going, you know what I mean? This person's just walking around and they're not far away. So it's been difficult, gotta say. But, like we were just saying, yes, you, maybe that's something I should take a look at. With the rest of the stuff that I have on deck for the DACT next week? Next week. Seeing a new doctor. Yeah. All right, let's swing through the childhood abuse. And shit. Dude, I am doing myself no favors for this. Like my own, I was a fucking bully. I was a bully. I got bullied, ergo. I definitely got bullied, but I definitely did my share of bullying. And I remember all of their names. Maybe I haven't even forgiven myself, stuff like that, but we'll get into that. But I tried to make amends with them the best I could with my 7th grade or 4th grade mind bullshit going on in there, not feeling adequate or whatever the hell, and then I get a little power, and then I was a safety patrol kid, and I like grabbed this nerd and was like just kicking him or just like kicking at him or whatever with a bunch of other kids. I was safety patrol. You think that kid forget? Oh shit. You know what that kid did? And he went by just initials. You know what that kid did? Granted, I lost my safety patrol status, so I lost my badge. Had to turn that in. But on one of those class days, he was in my class, and on one of those days where you're supposed to switch gifts or whatever, Secret Santa's shit or whatever. Dude, guess who got the best fucking gift out of all of them? Yours truly. And you want to know what it was? How badass is this back then, right? I'm going to say 4th and 5th grade, right? It was like a kind of remote control deal, this kind of box. And it had about 6 different sound effects that you could push. Like you'd push one, it'd go, pew, another one, and then another one, pew, pew. That's three of them. We're good with those. Uh, and everybody was like, holy shit, you have the best gift, Travis. And I got that gift from the kid that I supremely embarrassed and lost my safety patrol job over. Talk about, what is that? Is that like an instant karma or something or other? Like, even though I'm getting rewarded with like the best thing, it's actually the worst thing that could have happened. It confused me about life, confused me about myself, and I hope, I feel like I tried. I don't know if I apologized, but I apologize immensely. And respect the shit out of this kid. I think I went looking for him around the neighborhood or something. I don't know if I ever found him, but I really hope the damage I did to him was minuscule. But stuff that I'm gonna bring up is stuff that, just kind of like isolated events, and and they've stuck with me for fucking how long? Oh. And as an adult, I mean, there's particular events that occurred in my early 30s, and I'm 42 now, and they're huge weights on me. Yeah, I remember this other kid who, I forgot how I bullied him. I might have, I don't know, thrown his trapper keeper somewhere or something. Just some dumb shit, right? Dumb shit. And the kid turned out to be a Trekkie. And my dad's a Trekkie. We're in there, man. Our family was definitely, well, we straddled both sides. So sorry, both Star Wars and Star Trek. So, uh, so I remember I would talk to him. I would like kind of chat things up with him, like while we were kind of in class or whatever. And then when class was over, I'd be a fucking dick. What the fuck was wrong with me, man? Just taking it out on indefensible sweethearts of, I'd hope they're gajillionaires. Uh and I don't know if I ever ask for forgiveness. I feel like I want to say, I feel like I said I'm sorry, but fuck my sorries for any of this bullshit I put on these fucking kids. These fucking just dope kids. They're cooler than I am now. That's for fucking sure. Uh, how do you ask for forgiveness when the people that you've abused aren't around anymore? Who do you ask forgiveness of? I know this gets into a theological quagmire, but how do you bring peace back to that? Is it the same thing saying, I know it's a little cliche now, but that some problems have no answers, and maybe some abuses have no cure? I stopped being one. Um, It wasn't something I took with me to, I think, high school. I don't think I, there was nothing, none of that. I was barely trying to keep my head above water in high school. Um, yeah, I can't see any, I don't think there are any instances there. There was some dudes who were trying to intimidate me, but they're either friends with friends of mine, so they didn't really fuck with me, or like we kind of was able to get along in some way or the other, or just avoid each other, really. But nothing serious. Which I'm looking through my 20s, going, where are the cases of abuses and forgivenesses and such? And I think there was nominal damage from other people. I think the only person who I was abusing was myself. And I did that for the next decade and a half, which, you know, the idea of forgiving oneself is something I was going to leave to the end of this. But really looking over, my 20s and my early 30s, things started to get kind of out of control in my early 30s. And there, there is, son of a bitch, there is someone that I would certainly like to apologize to, not ask for forgiveness. Fuck at all. But a shitty thing happened and lines were crossed. Oh. And I was certainly part of those lines, pulling one of those lines at one of those lines. And, but as shitty as what transpired, I did in the end offer up truth and like a closure to it, you know? But the one particular individual is someone I'll probably never be able to square up with. And that just kind of leaves, what does it leave, What are we talking about here? It leaves like a frayed wire, right? Not being able to thread it and let the power flow again from each side to wherever it needs to go, which is probably just peace, right? I don't know, matter what has happened, what anybody has done to me. I really, really don't want to hold on to. I really do want to hold on to any of the anger or the embarrassment or whatever it was that I felt. I would hope that this person would feel the same way. That it wouldn't. They wouldn't want to hold on to that anger for me. Like I gave them that. It's a product. It's crazy. It's crazy. And, I don't want to try to get into metaphors or whatnot, but I do see it as a product that is, like, that I just automatically chain onto this person's leg and it's up to them. Or is it up to them? Is it up to me? How do we do this thing? How do we do forgiveness? How do we do forgiveness when we don't have all sides at the table to clear it? How do you do it? Again, I know it gets into it can get into a theological deal, and I totally get that. Just trying to keep things as grounded in how I view things than others, which are extremely valid, and I don't take anything away from anybody's personal beliefs. I encountered a work situation, where I was under the what do you call it? Under the, they tell me what to do. What is it? I'm under their hand. I don't know what the hell. They're in charge, and I work for them, and in tandem, really, they made my life and the lives of others very, very miserable. And it seemed as though that everybody else, who's actually younger than me, go Trav, knew how to put up with it better than I did. Which to me is very impressive. I probably didn't see it like that. I was probably seeing it like, look at these fucking pushovers and fucking beta types and blah, 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 right? But no. How I felt literally would make me, dry heave before I came into work, just like a bout of dry heave, just because of the toxicity that I was going to be encountering for the day, 5 days a week, sometimes 6, and these two individuals probably haven't ever said, "I'm sorry for making our lives living hells." That's okay, right? That's okay. I mean, what are they fucking do for? I've just never seen two individuals so unaware of the damage that they do, and how their damage is dressed up in doing things for others, so you can never really see what's really cooking inside them. And that's hard. That's hard, where you feel like there are certain people who like need to apologize for things. They just won't. They refuse to see. So what do you do? What do you do when you have two individuals who, on a daily basis, made your life a living hell? And how do you get their stain off of you? Is that another thing? Is that like, does that go back to the abuser? You know, you're never gonna get. You're never gonna get like a humanity out of them. So how do you forgive monsters? That is a question for myself. Well, not for myself, actually, for others who have experienced my monstrous ways. But, uh, little scatterbrained. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. A lot of percolation. Got a lot of percolation. How do you forgive a monster that won't accept their monstrous ways? I've tried it. I think I've tried it. I've tried to forgive a monster. And it doesn't keep. Like, especially I shouldn't have this is your territory. Fuck. That's all right. We can leave this particular thing for. But wait, what came out of it? What came out of it? How do you forgive a monster that won't admit that they are monstrous? I think that's a pretty cool thing to have come out of these two individuals' inability to see that in themselves. Now, there's another thing I ran into. It's a work situation, and what was interesting about this one is that I thoroughly thought that I was in the right, but when I communicated that to this individual, they were not very receptive of that, right? And so I had to basically give up all the ways that things could have been my fault, right? Problem is, this individual took work away from me. And I tried to forgive this because I've never had like work taken away from me ever till I was, I guess, 37, and I've been working since I was 12. And somebody was like, "Nope, not yours. Bye." And as much as there was an apology from their end, and as much as I, tried to recognize and and accept accountability from my end, something felt fuzzy, man. And so many years later, I'm like, I kind of don't I want to take back my forgiveness. How's that? There's a theme for you. I want to take back my forgiveness. I think I forgave too soon, and however economically it was fortuitous to forgive. It doesn't feel right now. Gotta tell you, doesn't feel right now. I don't know about you guys. When straight up somebody's taken work away from me, how do you Like, unless you've, like, done something. Oh, fuck it. I don't know. This is all murky territory. Like forgiveness in the job place. Oh God, I can see the pamphlets, There's this word, and inside of it, I know there's an M, there's a P, there's two P's, right? I know there's an E, a T, pamphlet, pamphlet. I'm sure there are many a pamphlet flipped on in the offices of. Oh, you're just fucking Travis. You were really cooking. Then you got into the job thing with like some of these people. It got a little murky. It got a little kind of weird. But a couple things good came out of it. You know, specifically when you've forgiven someone and you want to take it back, and when uh, people haven't even acknowledged the monsters they are to even forgive if they were to ask for it. Those are very interesting themes, I think. Um, I mean, that's been my experience. I don't know how much. Uh, I don't know how much. What am I? Sorry, guys. I'm looking at my phone, going like, What are you up to, Trav? In this episode, where you at? Where you at, son? Um. Oh yes. Uh. Oh, yeah. Hey, we're all having a break right now. Come on. Oh, just checking to see how much we have left on this cassette tape. Mm. I'm wondering how much forgiveness actually works. I mean, if I think I've given forgiveness to somebody, but then in hindsight, or with further evaluation, you go, bah, shouldn't have done that. No, gave them the easy way out. Mm. I don't know. Because when I saw like that mother in that courtroom deliver that speech to some rotten fucking killer, I mean that's something palpable, man. I mean the screen you're watching it on kind of pushes out. It starts getting rounder out to you like this just globulous energy, just of like it's. I'm not a holy man. That shit's holy. Because I can't interpret it any other fucking way. When someone can forgive the killer of their own child, I wonder how much. I mean, I feel the power in the room, even being in the room. I wonder how much that has stuck. I mean, I want to think that there's also people who visit them in jail. It's fucking insane. These people are fucking saints. It's incredible. So I know that there's a power. I mean, I know this 'cause these are tenets in the in every religion and in every recovery center. I mean, it starts there, man, and it ends there. But why can it not work sometimes? Why does it come back and snap back at you and go, why did you give up? Why did you give it up? Forgiveness is powerful and it should not be handed out willy-nilly. Whatever. Let me see here. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I've had to ask forgiveness from certain certain work establishments and whatnot. You know, I from time to time, me brain breaks on me, and I'm unable to handle things uh, beneficially. You know, with the health on them, and you know, I have had to not grovel because these people are amazing who I've come to with my hat in hand and and accept my apologies for rejecting their generosity at any given time because I can't deal with X, Y, and Z, maturely and whatnot. Because I have got some immaturity in my bathtub. Oh, why would it be in your bathtub, Trav? We don't understand. I figured, immaturity. You know how like when people use their bathtubs and fill them up with ice and put a whole bunch of like beers or whatever like that. Maybe that's what I mean. Whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. Uh, family members. I really haven't had to forgive anyone in my family. No, I had to do a lot of the apologizing, so they did a lot of the forgiving. They did, and so I don't really have any instances really. Um, Maybe I will through my in-laws family. Maybe some things will arise. Some things that are like, whoa, you are on restricted access account on the Instagram. You guys know that exists, right? Restrict account. It's so passive aggressive and nobody knows, and it's better than blocking. It's better than not receiving. Clicking over. I don't want to see their stories. I don't want to see their posts. Restrict their account. So yeah. So, like, have I had to ask for forgiveness necessarily? No, I've had to ask for forgiveness in family. Yeah, because I was a piece of shit, and I did a lot of piece of shit things, and I think I'm square with everyone. I hope to be. I mean, if you're gonna be square with anyone, let it be family. Um, yeah, Jesus. Like friends can, get over it. Mm. Friends should understand more, right? Like, family doesn't need to understand. Um, because they be you and you be them, and that's the fuck it. Friends. Well, I got into that one thing earlier in this whole damn thing. Uh, that's probably the one friend that I have yet to be able to ask for forgiveness. Um, Other than that, I'm pretty up to date with friends. Uh, Really. Um, I guess there are some friends or ex friends that I have whatever. Here comes the R word. resentment. Oh, for whatever bullshit that's occurred, but so there's kind of bullshit. There's still a little bullshit out there. It's not 100%. It's not 100% across the board that like my side of the street's clean. AA talk. Whoa, 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 whoa. But I love that metaphor, keeping my side of the street clean. Um, I I think I still have though. Did you? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I apologize to one. I don't care about that one. And it's yeah, no, 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 no. I'm actually pretty further ahead than I thought I was. Ah, jeez. Well, we've come to that portion of this episode where forgiveness meets myself. Has Travis forgiven himself for everything he's needed to? Yeah. What do you think? Huh? No, of course I haven't. I haven't. I don't. I don't think I've forgiven myself about being a fucking bully. I I don't think, and I still haven't forgiven my abuser. So there's that, and and then I haven't forgiven the work people uh, that I've encountered. I haven't. I guess like fuck whatever they done to me. I gotta find a way. I gotta find a way to forgive them, right? I mean, the monster. We gotta find a way to forgive the monsters when they won't recognize that they are. How do you do that? I I know this is I know this is a self-indulgent uh, answer, maybe, but maybe the answer does lie in to how I'm gonna forgive myself, because I've been and can still be considered a monster. And maybe when I find out an answer for me, I can I can spread it across those people's cheeks. Uh, sounded like it rhymed. And I was looking off into the corner of my bedroom. We were having a moment, but I totally lost sight of the task at hand. Oh. Damn. I mean, I guess that's a bookend for the show, right? That answer may come from my own my own processing. Well, that's a hell of a thing. I didn't think that would happen. Well, I wasn't gonna blame anybody or anything. Try not to, but I didn't know this was gonna come back to me and bite me in the metaphorical ass. And what's crazy, if you give me a sec, come on, come on. We have, oh, damn it. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure things out. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys, we did it. Can you believe that? We fucking did it. Um, you know how this works. We kind of dwindle into or shrivel into a not very clever ending to any one of these. I'm really surprised we just did what we just did. I know it gets a little murky in the middle, I know, but I think I'm gonna fucking keep it. I think we're all right with this. So, thank you for listening. Roig